angry people out there who will leave negative comments. Okay, that is one person. Don't be put off. Stay confident and keep doing it. And if you like what the comment had to say, reply to them. Open a dialogue with them. And then sooner or later, you will find that they start referring their friends to you. I've had a lot of people refer me to their friends as, oh, well, ask Marshy about that movie. Ask Marshy if he's seen it. And Marshy, where was your review of this? And it helps to build your network and your exposure and your reputation. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And then share what you find. That's the most important thing. Is anything that you think is important to other people, even if it's not on your blog. If you read an interesting story and you're like, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna write that story on my blog, but this is actually genuinely interesting, share it, post it up on your Facebook wall, post it out, retweet it, and then more often than not, you'll get a response back from the person who did write it, saying, oh, thanks for the retweet. And likewise, if people share your stuff, say thank you. You know, again, it just opens up a dialogue, and that's what it's all about, right? It's about using social media for social networking to get in contact with more people and share your views and share your voice. So, so do it. So when people approach you and make comments, respond back to their comments. I think I'm done. Okay, tips and tricks for getting readers. I think I've pretty much covered all of this. Know your audience, or at least know what it is, who it is you want to be talking to. In my case, it is basically I have two markets that I aim for. I try to review Asian movies for a Western-speaking audience, and I try to review Hollywood movies or Western movies for the local target market here. I try to get my reviews out on the day the film is released. Luckily, I do get to go to a few preview screenings, but if not, certainly opening weekend. Get them out, make them timely, make it relevant. I'm not going to start writing thousand word blogs about sort of Finding Nemo. Not now. Unless I was to do a separate column about what to show your young children, then maybe. Be relentless, relevant, and reliable. If you're going to review the new releases every week, then review the new releases every week. And be reliable. Become part of people's routine where they can come to you and see. They can come to you on a Friday afternoon and go, okay, what is out this weekend? What can I go and watch over the weekend? If you're reviewing restaurants, likewise, get them out sort of in good time, get your reviews out so that people can go. When people go to look for them, they are there. And then, as I said, respond, interact, and encourage. Build a dialogue with people. And I think that's generally about all I have to say at this point. Don't be scared of the technology. I do not know how to build a website.
That's great.
Okay.
Any questions from the audience? James? No? Okay. Thank you, James.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Who here has a blog? That's the number one question I have. Okay. Well, a lot of people have blogs. It's this table. What blogging platform do you use? How about you? WordPress. How about you?
WordPress.
How about you?
WordPress.
WordPress is a lot. Okay. So, do you find that easy to use?
Yes. Very easy.
Yeah. Okay. So, are you guys programmers or anything like that? No. You're just writers? Okay. So, blogging tools are easy to use. Okay. So, James, thanks a lot for that. I also really like to hear your story because we don't really talk about this kind of thing when we hang out together, but that is, I think a lot of the tips are very, very strong there, and I think we'll probably echo the across to the other speakers. So now I'm going to ask Connie to come up here and talk about hers.
Hi everyone, thanks for coming and sharing lunch with us and listening to us talk about what we do, what we love, which is blogging. Can you hear me? No? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, sorry. I also have a cough, so I'm doing right. So as Casey mentioned, I'm a travel blogger primarily. I also do some food blogging. wasn't going to talk about that. So yeah. So what platform do I blog on and why? Currently I'm using Blogger. Does anyone use Blogger? Okay. I started using Blogger because it's easy. It's simple, you just kind of sign up. It's got all these templates you can choose. So for someone like me who is not tech savvy at all, I'm not a programmer, I don't know HTML. So Blogger is easy. And for someone starting a blog who may feel slightly overwhelmed by the idea of what to do, Blogger's great. I'm starting to think about moving on towards WordPress. Who's on WordPress?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you recommend it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So I'm slowly starting to think about migrating over from Blogger, just as my blog is kind of growing a little bit more. I'm feeling more comfortable. I'm more confident with what I can do with my blog, so I'd like to move over. So what's my blog about and why? Primarily travel. One thing I do need to mention, my travel blog is not a travel guide. I don't presume to know that. Can you guys hear me? I don't presume that I know how you should travel, or that my way of traveling is what's best for you. I love to travel, and I think everyone should do it in whatever form you can. So if you just take a weekend to go to the spa, that's great. What I share are my experiences. What do I encounter in my travels? Once in a while, I will mention.
Yeah.
Okay, better?
Yeah.
I will mention specific places or destinations that I think people should check out, but I'm not a guide. It's more about encouraging people to just get out of their comfort zone. Leave the office. Please leave the office. Especially people in Hong Kong who tend to just kind of sleep there. So yes, please leave the office, and I will use my blog to encourage you to do that. Food. I love food, so I'm going to blog about it. Volunteering is really important to me. One of the reasons I left New York City in 2009, I was working for a management consulting firm, pulling in really long hours, making good money, and very unhappy. Corporate life wasn't for me. I wanted to make a change in the world and be, I don't know, something inspiring more, I guess. So my decision to leave New York, leave my job, and just kind of go out. And part of what I did was just a lot of volunteering. So I volunteered in Thailand, volunteered with Burmese migrant workers, and a lot of my blog encourages people to volunteer as well. And life in general, you can't possibly travel without growing as a person, and some of that is discussed in my blog. Where do you get your story ideas? Life. This picture is me belly dancing in the streets of Cairo. Just kind of stumbled around back alleys. I tend to do that. And they have weddings in the street, so they just kind of put up these curtains, and they have these loud, huge speakers, and they play crazy Arabic belly dancing music. And they saw me, they kind of just started talking to me, and then this woman just grabbed my hands and took me out, and we started dancing with her. And those are those moments where you feel like, I need to share this. More people should be belly dancing with strangers in the streets, and why are they not, right? Social media to promote my blog. Primarily Facebook and Twitter. So just like James, every time there's a new post on my blog, it goes immediately onto my Facebook. It goes immediately onto Twitter, and people are retweeting, people are making comments. I acknowledge them. You're constantly communicating with your audience, which is important. A blog cannot survive without interaction with your readers, and part of promoting your blog is also creating a community. I think people who are interested in reading blogs aren't so much interested in the actual information that you're providing them or your opinion, but more the sense of some sort of connection. So tips and tricks for getting readers and publicizing. Get social media. You can't go wrong. Join communities. The travel community on Twitter, on social media is huge. They are so supportive, so get involved. They do travel talks on Twitter all the time, so Tuesday is a huge travel day for Twitter because it has lots of T's that you can say. Another way to get more readers and to publicize your blog is to guest blog for other writers and blogs. It draws in more people that do interviews. Lots of people will contact me and ask me to do interviews for their blog. So they're featuring you, they're asking you questions that people are interested in finding out about you, but you're not necessarily blogging about yourself all the time. Network. So Social Media Week is great, meeting people, talking to more travelers. I find that when I'm traveling, I'm constantly meeting people. You can, I think network is kind of a silly name, silly word. It's just making friends, right? Read other blogs, leave comments, participate in the community that you're trying to be in. That's so important, especially for bloggers. You're part of a community, you need to contribute, whether it's providing the original content or sharing the information and leaving comments. Right? What are your thoughts? Other people have travel experiences. How do you feel about that? And I think I'm done.
Great. I just have a couple questions for the audience. So, how do you find the other travel bloggers online? How do you do? What do you do? Do you just search Google, or how do you find these people?
How do I find the
Other
connect?
To connect, yes.
Okay, Twitter is great. The travel community. So every Tuesday I participate with Travel Talk on Twitter, hashtag TTOT, primarily just because that time frame works for me. And they do it Hong Kong time. It's 5:30 to 6:30, and you just follow the hashtag. Every week is a different topic. There's 5 questions, and I would say there's about at least 100 people all over the world participating, and you're sharing answers, you're relaying back and forth, you're sharing stories, and it's just a great way to really reach out.
How did you find out about it?
It's hashtag TTOT.
It stands for?
Travel Talk on Twitter.
Okay, great. And then, so how did you find that, though? That's what I want to know. Because like some people here have very specific niche topics.